We have a word problem today, a word puzzle. It says the numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8 can be placed in the empty squares so that each row, column, and diagonal contains each number only once. What will be the sum of the numbers placed in squares x and y? What we will try to do is to find the individual values of x and y and then add them up together. This is a little bit of trial and error, but we will also try to apply logic to do the elimination and selection. So we know the possible options are 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's take the first row. Let's take this row, for example, to start off with. We have 5 and 8. So this square and this square would have either 6 or 7. So let's assume that this number is 6. It can be 6 or 7. And if it is 6, then x will be 7. And if this number is 7, then x will be 6. Right? So one possibility is for the first row that we have 5, 6, 8, and 7, or we have 5, 7, 8, and 6. We just don't know which one would be the right choice for us. Now, let's go to the last row where we have 2 digits given to us. We have 8 and we have 5 again. So the remaining squares would contain 6 and 7. Now, this can be either 6 or 7. If this number is 6, then this number will be 7, or if this number is 7, then this will be 6. Right? Okay. Now, let's look at this column where we have 2 numbers given to us, 8 and 5. So we know that between this and this squares, we'll have the numbers 6 and 7. So this number could be either 6 or 7. And likewise, this number would then be 7 or 6. Right? Now, if we look at the diagonal, for example, if we look at this diagonal, for example, we have 5, we have nothing, we have either 7 or 6, and then we have either 7 or 6. So we know this number has to be 8. Now, let's look at this row, for example. We have 6, we have 8, we have 6 and 7, and then we have y. Now, since we know this number is 8 and this number is 6, we cannot have a 6 here. So this number has to be 7. We cannot have a 6 here. Now, if this number is 7, then we have 6, 7, and 8 covered. So y has to be equal to 5. That's the only number remaining. Right? Now, let's look at this row. We already have 7 here, so this square cannot have a 7. So this number has to be 6. So now we've completed this column, which is 8, 7, 6, and 5. And let's look at this diagonal again. We have a 5, we have a 8, we have a 6. So this number has to be 7. Now let's look at this column. If we have 7 in one of the squares, the other square x can never be 7. The only option remaining is 6. So x and y will be 6 plus 5 equal to 11. Now this process of selection and elimination can be done in a couple of different ways. I just decided to choose that sequence, but you can go with other sequences as well. The trick is to choose those rows and columns where you have the maximum number of digits given to you. So I started off with the first row where we had 5 and 8 given to us. Then we started to look at this row where we had 8 and 5 given to us, and then we started to eliminate the other options. Now, like I said, you can do this in a couple of different ways, but you have to come out with the best possible option to choose x and y. Thank you.